Hi Sagittarius, this is your August 2020 tarot forecast. So guys, this is for Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. So if you're a Sagittarius Venus, for example, you could treat this as a romance or love reading. Otherwise, it's going to be considered a general reading for Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for August 2020. Messages for Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, August 2020. All right, so we have some healing energy coming out for you. We know this follows the Tower, so there could have been some upset. It'll be interesting to see if it shows up in your reading today. But the star offers not only a chance at a wish come true, but it offers healing energy. There's also Aquarius energy or 11th house energy associated with Aquarius or the star. And of course, that's associations, community, brotherhood, sisterhood, sudden changes, chaotic events, or I would say, acts of rebellion. All right, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I was going to say September. August. Excuse me, August 2020. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. August 2020. And then we have another major coming out for you. Wow, so we have 3 majors now jumping out for you. So something significant is my feeling here for August for you, Sag. We have Lovers with the Hanged Man showing up here. We just have... just saw that star jump out for you. So we have some Gemini energy here and we have some water energy here. So this probably has something to do with your heart or your feelings. You could be very well dealing with an air sign in general, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. We do have Gemini and Aquarius featured here. But also we're looking at, highest consciousness. This is high consciousness partnerships, high consciousness decision making. This is heart over, instead of mind over matter, heart over matter. So it could be that there is an element of, say, healing or a wish come true around this heart situation. Remember, it's Mercury ruled, right? Gemini is ruled by Mercury. It's 3rd house, which is communication. This is short distance travel. This is siblings, how we communicate, this type of thing. And then, of course, paired here with this water-ruled Hanged Man being a matter of suspension, a matter of surrender, possibly sacrifice, certainly a perspective is necessary. So I think around perhaps healing, if we were only looking at these 3 cards, again, I'm not even done your reading yet, but if we were just looking at these 3 cards, for example, it looks like a healing matter or a wish come true around a healing matter, or even associations, liberation, this type of thing. Could have to do with decision making using your heart and a matter of suspension, surrender, sacrifice. You might be in a position to protect yourself or to protect someone else. Anyway, very interesting to see those come out. Let's get your reading going. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, August 2020. Just for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, August 2020. All right, guys, so we're going to do a Celtic cross for your monthly. As you know, I'm a pretty big fan of these oracles, so we're going to also have some additional messages for you for the month from the oracle cards to follow your main spread today. So, the situation, yeah, healing is necessary. We're looking at a really, I would say, difficult / heavy sort of energy here. We're dealing with an 8 of Swords as the situation for the month for you guys. So, it's just a matter of coming to terms with something, seeing something clearly. It definitely is going to impact peer groups, relationships, reunions, or even just loved ones in general. Something it could be a Cancer individual or having to do with your home or something that feels like a victory. Yeah, communication has been backed up or held up or just wonky. We do have female relationships, whether or not you are female as a viewer. We are dealing with females. Gorgeous energy over here. Really pleased to see this. Some protection energy here. Not surprised to see this. Really feeling sort of gorgeous outcome. Really pleased to see that 10 of Cups coming out at the end for you guys. And we have the Wish card here. Like, you really do have your eye on solving a problem here. And you really do have a propensity here for a great deal of love. And a great deal of, remember how I said earlier with the Star card, you know, community, brotherhood, sisterhood, this type of thing. So healing definitely on tap for you. I am going to actually use both of these because they're significant. So bottom of the deck energies are the Knight of Pentacles here with the Two of Cups, right? So this does have to do with probably something that's moving slowly. If this is a person, I would say this is a Virgo individual or someone who has dark hair, sort of light skin, really any color of eyes, but not sort of black-brown. So blue, light brown, hazel, that type of thing. But definitely, if even with the dark hair, even with hazel eyes, we're going to have light skin here, or tan skin. We're not looking at really necessarily very dark, but Two of Cups, I'm just giving you an appearance sort of idea of this person. This is definitely speaking to a loved one or someone close to you. If this is energy and not a Virgo ruled person or energy, or 6th house having to do with your health, work, or service that you love, this is about how far you've come in a relationship or work situation that you do love. So something that you love regarding work, service, and health. It could have to do with a long-term relationship. We are dealing with some majors here. I do treat these two as mirrors to each other, and I'm going to mirror these as well. So you have a couple of majors, as I just mentioned, in your main spread today, in addition to the 3 that jumped out. I really don't want to bypass how significant I really find those majors jumping out. Because just, you know, as a reader, it's very experientially, it's peculiar, okay, just in by virtue of shuffling a few times and having so many majors jump, and then we're looking at a specific view for you for the month. So I do think that love is definitely the answer, that higher consciousness, really reaching for that Lovers card energy for you, particularly if it has to do with short-term travel, communication, brothers and sisters, that type of thing. And then we had, of course, that card of sacrifice or perspective. You know, when I say sacrifice, I don't mean you have to sacrifice yourself for someone you love. I mean, you may have to sacrifice a position. You may have to sacrifice a decision or a point of view, or even a way of communicating here. Because like I said, we're dealing with some Swords energy here. We have recent past, Knight of Swords. We have the central position or situation for the month being 8 of Swords, which is, as I mentioned, you know, it's not the heaviest card in the deck, but it's got some weight to it. By the time we're at the 8, we're at a position here where there's that you're aware of something. And because I consider the Swords to be the first, you know, layer, because it's the mind and thought processes, then it's just something going on in your own mind. We do have a couple of Knights here, though, I do want to mention. We have the Knight of Air, the Knight of, or, you know, Swords, the Knight of Pentacles over here. We have a couple of, I was going to say a couple of 2s, but that's not true. So we don't have any other duplicates here, guys. We just have a 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 9, and a 10 of Cups. So a lot of heart, a lot of feelings, definitely the way you communicate, and specifically what you're thinking, and how you're communicating it could be very significant here as well. I just want to get some more information about this guy, and before we get into it, because this is significant being your recent past. And I think this is why this is leading to this, and it's no wonder that they're right next to each other, even though this person is looking away from this. It's almost like we have to look away from the trouble, from the conflict, from the dominance or strong opposition over here. And it, like I said, it could have to do, whether it's just an actual friend or a friendship or a peer group or a loved one, someone who feels like a soulmate, but definitely there is something to get over here. So let us look at these two together, right? So feeling, you know, if I just had to use some terminology around these two cards alone, whether they're because it's situation and what's crossing it or not, the major terminology here is that there is a major internal mental conflict around a friendship, peer group, or you know, someone that you're in solidarity with, someone that you have fun with. A sense of celebration has been squandered or lost here, or you're worried about it. Something's definitely stressing you out, but there's a level about this relationship, or, you know, happiness. The happiness is being affected, and it could be because of domineering conflict here, right? Because this is their recent past. So, and it is interesting to note that in your near future, you do have a wish position over here, and your wish is made with the heart. So, and I think this is what's going on as well elementally, and I want to pay attention to this for just one more second. We have swords, right? Swords is the mind. It's what's going on in your own head, your own thoughts and beliefs, etc. It does have to do somewhat with how we communicate, but more what we communicate, right? And then the cups, which is featured pretty much everywhere here, and thank goodness sort of overtakes what's going on in the mind, is the softer version. It's the opposite, right? There's the mind and the heart. So there could be a little bit of a conflict there between the mind and the heart here. Here's where I can tell pretty confidently that this has to do with at least one woman or a group of women, or a woman with a strong personality, or basically could have to do with a group of women or just one woman, but certainly a woman in your life, whether it's a partner, mother, sister, it doesn't really matter. It's a general reading. But it's someone who is very, very close to you. And it's someone who you've come a long way with. It's a slow travel up, but you've come a long way with them. So there's a lot of background. There's a lot of history here. So it is interesting to note that in the foundation is the Chariot. Here's where I'm seeing a Cancer individual or fourth house energy. We're looking at mother. This could have to do with a mother, right? Mother-child. But certainly, you know, a victory. This is a major victory here. You're moving into the winning circle, full speed ahead. So the foundation is very confident and progressive and self-assured. And this is a very, very confident energy. And it's the balancing between the light and the dark here. And remember, we saw that we saw that Lovers card. Gemini ruled, right? Planet of communication, Mercury. So, you know, intelligence could be overtaking heart space. There could be some conflict with intelligence versus the heart. There could be a need for intelligence of the heart, this type of thing. I'm just seeing now I'm 13 minutes in and I'm really behind. So I'm going to move a little bit faster here, guys. We have some Cancer energy here, a really nice full speed ahead. Victory is assured. So at the foundation, a victory around this condition is very much assured for you. And then we have Goddess energy here. We have the Empress. She is always flowing. She is always providing. She is always giving. So I really wouldn't give up on this situation. If you feel like there is some conflict, if there was a domineering conflict personality, maybe, you know, something that was just, looking for solutions, maybe there was too much force, maybe there, again, like maybe there was just an overemphasis on the intellect versus the heart. So that's what I'm seeing here. And I really see, because these, like I said, these are being mirrored, maybe a different approach is all that's necessary. So in your recent past was perhaps a bit too much dominance, a little bit too much overthinking, I have to be right type thing. Mirrored with this near future, which is the Nine of Cups, which is something is absolutely beautiful. So not only do we have victory down here, but we have a wish come true. So this, in addition to the very first card that jumped out being the Aquarius ruled star card, which is healing, and a wish card, you really can. I think you can overcome something here quite significant in a soulmate relationship or concern for you. by choosing, right, with this Eight of Swords, just saying, you know what, I know what it feels like when I think like this, and I don't like it. And I know what it feels like when I think like this, and I do like it. So it's more like a, where are you concentrating this mental energy, right? So here in the position of how you see yourself is the Sun, and this is absolutely stunning energy. The Sun is welcome in any reading at any time. The Sun really sheds a light on everything. The Sun tells the truth. The Sun illuminates, it heals, it is pure success, it's enjoyment, it's a celebration, right? We have really strong celebration, loving, fulfilling energies here. So I would say, you know, if you really do see yourself this way, I would, for lack of a better term right now, maybe just cling to that or hold on to that. Because this is going to make a really significant positive difference, because in how others see you is you know, you have something to defend, but there's like, it's a positive position to take. And especially if you consider if someone else has a position to defend, you can just sort of stand your ground and still move on. See, this person is not combative, they're just protective. Okay, so that may be all the difference here. Maybe in terms of, you know, protecting, and this is an action, it's behavior, it could even be a sense of self. So it could just be, you know, a revelation here, third week going into the fourth week, that you can help yourself, you can protect yourself. Just stay in this sunny, successful zone. You know, we did see that Hangman, for example. So perspective, especially if we weigh this Sun against this, you know, recent past energy here with the domineering conflict. You know, if we weigh this against something that was in your recent past that may have led to some sort of conflict or fallout or upset here, this is very, very healing. This is going to heal and solve everything. But again, like I said, there's going to be perhaps ongoing defensiveness, but I don't see it as the worst thing in the world, to be honest. I think you have, I don't see this as, like I said, it's not offensive, it's not aggressive, it's just you're defending a position. So I think if you're within a community or around a situation where you can feel, say, safe and assured that your opinion and your sense of self and your sense of protection and defense is valued and accepted and it's mutual, I think it's going to be just fine for you in solving a problem. You know, your hopes and fears card is that there's going to be some boredom or a letdown. So I do think you may feel here that you may be let down either again or by the same person or in a similar fashion. But, you know, I think with the advice card being the Ten of Cups, and there really is, it looks like a little bit of a struggle, at least a little bit of a conscious struggle for the month of August, guys, is, you know, that choice, right? Remember, the Eight of Swords and its, say, Rider-Waite imagery, for example, just has a woman standing amongst a bunch of swords in a really flimsy blindfold with her hands behind her back. She's not a prisoner, but it looks like she's a prisoner. And when we're dealing with the mind or thoughts and beliefs, it may look like, you may even see yourself as someone who's a prisoner of thoughts and beliefs and so forth. And whether it's about yourself or a topic or even another person, it really doesn't matter. It's just thoughts and beliefs. So, you know, I do feel like there is the hopes and fears being, in this case, you know, you could be let down. But on the other hand, the hope here could also be a Four of Cups, which is, let's just even out the waters. Let's just create some stability here. Let's get the foundations solid. So, you know, the Four of Swords is really just looking at a sense of boredom or even just like disenchantment. So try to avoid that by staying in the moment and appreciating what's important here, because the Ten of Cups is your advice card, and the advice being the Ten of Cups is absolutely glorious. It's the highest heart space. It means that everyone wins. It's pure love. It's your cup overfloweth, and these are gorgeous together here, guys, right? So bottom of the deck being that soulmate situation, and then really, really, really loving energy. Choosing love, and if we had to mirror the bottom and the top of this column, for example, I think that love could make all the difference this month. So guys, if I had any advice for the month to give you really for any situation, it would just be, you know, choose love. Choose love. If it means that there's a separation, if it means that you have to get defensive about something, you know, you're gonna have to do that. You're gonna have to do that. But there's a way to do that without being without upsetting people, without upsetting yourself. You can just be honest, right? You can defend yourself and just let everyone be themselves. You be yourself, they can be themselves, and see how much you can accept. And if you can't accept something, then you have a new conversation to have, don't you? But, you know, it could be just fine overall if a situation here has a little bit of love. But I would definitely get out of your mind, definitely get out of your thought processes here, because they seem to be somewhat circular, and it seems to be a little bit over focused on a recent past, say, you know, like some sort of conflict or upset here. I'm just going to take one from the, you know what? No, they both came out. I better take them. And let's get this one for you. These are only supposed to be 20 minutes. I ramble. I don't know. Time goes by so fast. I feel like it's not long, and then I look, and then it's like so long. So I really appreciate you hanging on and being here. So sweet. All right, guys, so we have new beginnings and meditation. I do see you turning a leaf here. It is going to be a choice, so really pay attention to what you're thinking. Meditation could be very helpful here as well for you. Meditation, remember we saw that sacrifice card, the Hanged Man, come out. Meditation is just really an invitation to step back from something, to gain perspective, to go inside yourself, maybe seek a position, a solid ground for yourself, so that you don't feel swayed, so that you don't feel like you don't have, say, a solid argument, or you don't have all the facts or something. And it could help with a sense of self-preservation here. We have stealth over here. I mean, I think stealth is very different from trickery. I wouldn't worry about being tricky or someone being tricky with you, but certainly stealth. I think you are going to have to move carefully within this environment or with this person or people. However, I think it's less about them and their trustworthiness and more about what you're thinking about the situation. So really just have some sort of stealth about what you're thinking and how you're feeling about it, or how you feel when you think that. And then we have tribe and between worlds. Yeah, there could be a make it or break it moment here with a peer group, a friendship, a sense of celebration, camaraderie, reunions, certainly a soulmate situation. So something could be hanging in the balance here with a friendship, the tribe situation, your entire peer group, more so than just one person in your peer group could be playing a major role in August. And then guys, we have new love and romantic feelings. This is really nice energy. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings, just gorgeous, and then your feelings are real and worth exploring. So whether this is a love reading for you or not, new love is absolutely available to you. But here's the caveat, guys. I think it's less about a new human being or new shiny object than it is about a new way of thinking and feeling. And then your feelings are real. So don't discount those and don't think that something's all in your head. Maybe a conversation needs to be had. Maybe you need to get something off your chest. So, you know, try to consider what it is really going on in your mind, how it's affecting your feelings, and you know, shed some light on it. Maybe it just needs to be explored. Have some faith in yourself, the process, and the other person or people that you're dealing with here, Sag. So that is your reading, guys. I love you so much. Thank you so much for your support and for joining me. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.